Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today is FlossTube number 20, Meow Project, QSnap, and HAED samples. I know that's a lot, but I haven't posted in a few days, so I thought I'd give you a little extra. So let's get started. So we're working on the Meow project, and this is what it's supposed to look like. I like to be reminded of my goals once in a while. And this is what we've been working on. And you may notice that it's on 18 count now. And that's, I have a reason for that. And I know I've started this project for the third time, but Lori Holt, the YouTuber Lori Holt, says you're the boss of your own project. So who cares if I started 3 times, as long as I'm happy. So I have my old project here that was on 14 count, and you can kind of see that I wasn't getting coverage. So when I zoom in, you can see a lot of holes, and I felt like that was going to affect the picture in the end. So the bummer is it's going to be a little smaller, but I think I'm going to be a lot happier with it this time. And you can tell that it's really filled in. If I zoom in here, it's really filled in, so it's going to look more like the picture. So I'm really happy with the way that is going. It also looks different because I'm going from side to side and working my way down, whereas before I was going up and down, if that makes sense. And I feel like the stitches are a little easier to follow along the chart that way. So if you're struggling, maybe you could try that. Now for part 2, QSnaps. What are QSnaps? QSnaps are a replacement for a hoop. And what's cool about them is they're square. So it gets you away from your stitches, it protects your project, and they're a lot more comfortable to hold. So I did an unboxing of them several weeks ago, and now I'm going to do a demonstration on how to install it on the Meow project. So here are the pieces for the base of the unit, and you can see it's kind of like a puzzle piece. So you have an in and out that you put together to make the square, and then you just work your way around the square. This is the last one. Sometimes those come out and you just push it back in. And so we put that in, and you can see that it's really easy. Someone with arthritis or maybe has a issue with their hands. The last one is a little tricky. You kind of put it under and then stretch it and snap that. So that's easy, just putting it together. And you can make different sizes with the extension pack. And it comes in 6, 8, and 11 is what I'm seeing. Anything bigger than that, and you're going to want to go to like a frame. It starts getting heavy and awkward. So we're going to take this Meow project and figure out how to center it. I don't want to have to move it again. So that's what's nice about it, is once you get it on there, then you don't have to worry about it. And it doesn't put that harsh crease in your fabric when you're using a hoop. So I like that too. So, Teresa Little Stitcher recommends that you use a 4-inch border, so you have a little more room to work with the QSnap because it's going to wrap around. It needs a tiny bit more length. And I picked up some 4x4 felt on Amazon, and I cut them in half on a cutting board, and I'm going to use that to protect the fabric. So I'll put that on top, and you can see this is kind of awkward. It's wanting to move on you, and you know my OCD, I'm trying to keep it lined up. So what I came up with is flipping it over, and I'm kind of doing 2 squares away. I've got some writing on the top, so I don't want to get too close. So I'm kind of using 2 grids, kind of trying to center it and line it up with the squares. So then we wrap the material over the base, the cylindrical base, and then we slide this felt underneath and kind of try to line it up, and then wrap that over it. And then you just take the cover and hold both pieces and just snap it together. I've found that to be the least awkward. And then it gives you a little bit of a grime guard built in that way too for your thumb to rest on. Now it's important that we do the other side. It'll give us better tension. So let's plan on doing that. So we flip it back over and kind of tighten it up and wrap. And we got our felt piece. Just kind of line that up and slide that underneath. I can kind of see it through the fabric, so I can line it up with the grid. And then pull it out a little so it'll be right on the center. And then same thing, hold the 2 pieces and just snap it together. There we go. We've got 2 pieces on. So it's not real taut right now. It's kind of loose. So what you can do is you can kind of rotate these back. And it might be a little tight because of the felt, but you can get it if you just keep working on it. Now we'll do the other side. And I'm kind of seeing that I should have centered this a little better. I should have thought it out. So now I'm having to double it over. But I think it'll be okay. And we'll fold our felt up. And same thing, hold on to both pieces and just snap them together. And then kind of rotate that back, get a little tension out of it. And yeah, now I've come up short on this side, so I could undo it, but I'm going to move forward. I've got the felt, so it should be fine. So line up this felt on this last side, roll that over, and then hold on to them and snap them together and rotate back. Now we got some good tension on here. Yeah, I'm liking that. And it's away from my project, and I don't think I'll have to move it. So I'll turn it right side up here. You can see our cute little ear. But yeah, I'm liking this. And it's really comfortable to hold. But you can also put them into a lot of stands. So that's nice too. That's one of my goals, is to get a stand and be able to try out two-handed stitching. We'll see how that goes. It's supposed to be more efficient, more comfortable. But yeah, I'm loving the QSnap. I think you should try it too. Of course, it's not done until we put our needle minder on here. There, now it's done. Just love those kitty needle minders. Part 3, HAED, Heaven and Earth Designs, Samples Continued. Last week, hopefully you caught my video on these samples, and I talked about the ones I liked and the ones that I didn't like, and why. And I've added some more stitching to this. One thing I realized is that the color black is the hardest one to get coverage on. So I did some swatches of black. This is single strand on 25 count over 1 square. And you can see I'm still getting great coverage. There might be a tiny speck here or there really zoomed in, but for the naked eye, it's still looking good for the 25 count easy grid. And then these aren't new. I had these in my other video. So I did this little black swatch on the easy grid 28 count, if I can talk. And you can see one little dot that's showing up, but that's zoomed in, so I think 28 count on black single strand is looking good. I haven't really gotten into the 32 counts yet. I'm going to do that some more. And just to recap, the 20 count, I did it on a black swatch, and I'm not getting coverage. You can see a lot of the fabric bleeding through. So 20 count's just not happening for me on single strand. And then the 18 on, this is 2 strand over 1 square in black, and I'm getting great coverage on that. And I have a couple of projects that are on 18 count, the Meow project that I showed today, and then the fascinating kitty, the green one that I'm working on. I need to get back to that one. But yeah, I'm really happy. I think I'm going to stick with 18 count when I'm using 2 strand. And then these are not the greatest. Not getting coverage on them. But maybe you have a project someday where you don't want coverage. You want it to look very stitched. So in the future, I'll do a 32 count. I'm going to work on my skills there. I think I need a magnifying glass to do that. So my eyes aren't as great as I thought they were. But there's no shame in using readers or a magnifying glass and lots of light. We're talking the sun, people. We need lots of sun or something that emulates the sun. It really makes a big difference. So right now my 2 faves are the Easy Count 25 for single strand and the Easy Count 18. Easy Grid, I keep saying that. Easy Grid 18 count for 2 strands. I'd kind of like it to be 28 in 18, but we'll see how it goes. I need to work on the samples some more, do some more swatching. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and don't forget to hit that bell so you get notified when I do a new video, and like, and if you haven't subscribed, I would love to have more subscribers, and if you have subscribed, thank you. I appreciate each and every one of you. Happy stitching!